life feels so chaotic right now, and I feel like I don't know where to get my footing. I feel lost in the sauce, lost in just my whole life. And I feel like I've just kind of lost sight of my purpose. I don't have a real plan. Like, I'm trying to make, being an RBT and working in this field work for me, and having difficulties, as you guys know. There's this other situation that I don't want to talk about right now. I've mentioned it in videos. I just have not shared them because I don't feel comfortable sharing them right now. And I'm honestly have been leaning towards taking like just a full break from posting on YouTube for a minute, because I feel like I need time to like grow and work on myself without making like videos about it every week or every day. Honestly, is how I talk about something every freaking day. And I don't know, it's just like too much. I feel like I share too much, and then especially now that I've gotten more subscribers, I feel less comfortable sharing things. It's weird. I feel like I was more comfortable sharing when I didn't have a lot of people watching my videos, because I'm like, well, only so many people will see this. But I feel like with more followers, the more people watching you, it's like you just have to think more about things, which is why it's like crazy. I've been listening, or I guess like I had talked about this couple before. Their name, they were a family channel called OK Baby, and I think like they were engaged at one point, and they broke off their engagement about 2 years ago, and it was this big thing, and there was all this drama surrounding it, right? But the girl, her name is Kira, she basically had a podcast with this other girl called Beneath the Sheets, where they just talked about, like, basically it's just all about sex at the end of the day. And I'm just thinking, like, with as many followers as this person has, why would you want to openly discuss your personal sex life on the internet, where your children could potentially see or hear about in the future? And also, why is it that people think or want people to be interested in what goes on in their private lives? And I feel like people get too comfortable oversharing. I mean, there's certain things I'm not going to talk about regardless, but sharing my opinions on something is one thing. Sharing like personal, private details of my life or of my sex life is like, it's just very uncanny, right? And so her, especially having as much followers, I just feel like I feel like that podcast is what initially sparked the end of their relationship, because you're like sharing all of this stuff about your partner online for people to hear as entertainment. I would just never. And I think like there is a part of YouTube where people do get views and subscribers for just, sharing wild details about their life in order to get an audience. Like, pretty much just like having no self-respect or dignity, get 2 followers almost. Like, just having no shame, basically. I will say this, I definitely would not share stuff like that online, because it's just like, I just feel like there's some things that need to be kept private at all times, and I feel like what goes on in people's bedrooms is one of them. Like, I think that's like one of the most crazy things about the internet is how comfortable some people are sharing certain things, and how the internet has created a space where people want to share, talk about those things. Like, I feel like it's one thing to talk about them with a close group of friends in your circle. It's another thing to talk about it on a public forum that anyone and everyone can access. Like, why would you want people to know those things? I don't know. Personally, this is how I think about it, and I'm also starting to be like, I just want my life to be more private from here on out, and not just put all of my business out there, because not everything has to be shared. Now, the things that I do share, or when I'm venting in some of my videos, like, I share experiences that I've had, because I share like how those experiences, what I've learned, what they've taught me. But I feel like even some of those things, I'm like, I don't know, you just don't have to share everything. So I just want to be a more private person from now on, keep certain things to myself, which I am. It's just hard because I feel like I'm an oversharer. I don't even think I'm an oversharer. I like to be authentic and real. And so if I'm dealing with something, it's like I don't want to hide it. But at the same time, everyone watching my videos is not someone who's actually supports me. And so it's just like you're sharing your life with complete strangers for the most part. I mean, there might be people who watch my videos who know me in real life. I'm not saying you can't make friends off the internet too. Like,